I went to a school committee meeting and I was amazed at the expenses that they were going to be looking at. What this town needs is a new elementary school.
We don't know if it's a new school. We don't know if it's a refit. Okay? So we need to take that step to find out where we are.
The schools I have been in, the ELC and Fall School, they are well-maintained. I don't think the high school has air conditioning.
If we were to say no to this study, that would effectively end this project. We don't know the reimbursement rate at this point. That is actually part of the feasibility study. And we don't know, obviously, the scope of this project until we get this report back. $2 million was the number that the school department received from the MSBA as a kind of guideline to have that. This council had already put a good portion of that money away because we saw this project coming and we understood the need. The state has said no, again, to the elementary school projects, but they did say yes to the high school project.
My question would be, through you, is there a plan for the 13 million? Will we be able to address these important needs while we go through this 5-year process of building the school?
The building envelope study is just one study of many we're trying to tackle. I mean, we also need to look at our HVAC systems and a whole bunch of other things. I'm only doing that so we can get our arms at the school department, our arms around what our short and long-term needs are.
Rather than starting our negotiation at the top of the scale, we could start somewhere in the middle of the scale. I agree, we need this feasibility study. I'm not convinced that we need a $2 million feasible study.
We are not saying that we're spending $2 million on the study. That has to go out to bid. We will then get the bids back in and we will see how much this study could cost. I don't believe that if we put aside $2 million, every single one's going to come in at $2 million. I think that this is still going to be something which we'll have a chance to look at and we can make the decision then. So respectfully, I would decline to amend my motion at this time.
I guess what my question is the validity of whether or not we move forward with 2 million or 1.5. Like, I need to hear from somebody to tell me what's the pro and con going either way.
What we have to present to the MSBA is we have the funding to be able to do this. I think that's what we're saying on the table. That does not mean that we're automatically going to pay $2 million for this. Doesn't mean that we're not going to go back and say, you're the most qualified firm. Let's now discuss pricing and what we're willing to pay for that. But if you want to create a system where we have to come back multiple times, I think that only handicaps us, and maybe we don't get the firms that potentially would give us the best deal.
This will probably be, one of the last big decisions I vote on here, and reflecting on my time when I first sat down this room as a member of the Board of Selectmen, and thinking about the kind of choices we made back then when we were paralyzed by our constraint by the budget and just thinking about survival instead of growth. The voters of this town have shown again and again their commitment to moving in a new direction and moving forward. You had the override, then you had the change of government, and now we have this incredible opportunity to get this matching money from the state to build this high school. And I think we have so much, momentum on our side. And thinking about how this high school came to be from the community school, how the town waited, how the town kept deferring maintenance and kept waiting until it was too late. I think we have a unique opportunity here to be different kinds of leaders and not just get the can down the road and not just wait until it gets worse. I think we have a chance to keep our progress going, take a bold stand, and not kick this problem down any further, but take a stand, fix it, then get to the elementary school, then do the other things we need to do, but let's fix this problem that we have right here.
I get it, it's a big ask, but I don't want to sit here 5 years from now and we have to do something. Like, if we have an opportunity with reimbursement and support, why wouldn't we do it now?
I'm as fiscally conservative as anyone, but I think being fiscally conservative means spending the money wisely, not spending money. Essentially, with this vote, we're putting aside $2 million with the hope of getting $100 million or more. It's a pretty good return on investment. I'm no mathematician, but I like that math.
This will be a roll call vote. Mr. Gould?
No.
Mr. Logan?
Is it aye or yes?
Whatever you like. Mr. Reynolds?
Yes.
Awesome. The motion passes 8-1. Thank you, everybody.